Hi, I'm Laura from 5 out of 4 Patterns, and welcome to the Riptide Shorties sew along. Day 4, we will finish that drawstring. Let's jump right in. Okay, so we are ready for day 4, and I'm looking at the pair of shorties that I'm putting a drawstring in. I was gonna put drawstring in both of them, but I have changed my mind, and I don't know if you can see, it's very faint, but there's a green line that comes down here. That's from where we marked our pattern piece as we were cutting them out. What I'm going to do now for the drawstrings is I want to, first of all, just connect them together, just to make sure everything is not moving around. Okay, I'm gonna do that on, flip them over, do that on the other side. And you wanna make sure that the marking on your lining matches the marking on your main, or fabric A and fabric B. Okay, and then, okay. I like to pin things together just to get them, make sure they're not gonna come and get in my way here. So I'm going to pin these front and back seams just to keep it all straight and ready to go. Okay, now that I've got this all clipped, I'm going to take a pin and I'm going to pin these layers together just like this. And this is, I'm pinning through the line that I marked, which is, oops, which is right here. The goal, I'm just making sure everything is as it should be and it's not going to move around on me. Like I said, swim or athletic fabric even can be super slippery, and so we just want it all to kind of stay where it's supposed to. Let's do the other side. Everything looks good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to sew the length of the line. We're going to sew down that line. Okay, we're going to use a long straight stitch, or we can use a single needle cover stitch. That would work great here as well. After that, we are going to sew a second and third straight line, 3/8 inch to either side. So we're going to sew the first one, and then after we're done with that, we're going to sew one 3/8 inch to this side, and then another one 3/8 inch to this side, and then we are going to repeat that on the other side of our shorties. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to take my shorts here, my shorties, and I am going to stitch down, just making sure I'm pulling all the other fabric out of the way. I'm going to stitch down this marking. Make sure that you are using a long straight stitch here. That's in my regular machine. So I've got a long straight stitch and I am ready to sew. Okay, there we go. All right, now we need to stitch to the 3/8 inch to each side, okay? So you can either draw a line there to keep you guided, or you can use your machine. It's up to you, whatever you're most comfortable with. All right, let's do that to the other side here. Okay, now let's move to the other side. All right, we are good to go. Okay, now before we move any further with our drawstrings, we're going to top stitch from the outside. We're going to top stitch from the outside edge all the way around to this edge. We're not going to top stitch through these lines. So when I top stitch this, I'm going to use a stretch stitch, or I can use even a cover stitch or whatever, but that's not what I'm going to use here. You can use a zigzag as well. There's one leg, let's do the other. I've top stitched that. Now I'm going to grab my other set of shorties, the ones that I'm not doing a drawstring on. I highly recommend the drawstring because it's pretty cute and it really just sets off the pattern. And I'm going to top stitch that as well. Okay, so here we are. I've top stitched both of them. I'm setting the ones that I'm not doing the drawstring on, setting those to the side. Now let's clip our threads. Okay. All right, now I'm going to grab a small pair of scissors, and what we're going to do, we are on step 7 on page 11. It says cut holes for the drawstrings by clipping small holes at the bottom of each channel. So I'm going to go right here. All right, so you only want to clip through one layer. You don't want to clip through both. There's one. And they don't have to be huge because the holes stretch, and so will the drawstring itself. Make sure I'm only getting one layer here. There we go. All right, there's one side. Let's do the other. Okay, good. I don't know if you can see them, but there are two small holes right at where this top stitch line would be. Okay, let's move that to the side. Let's grab our drawstrings. We are on step 8, and it says take one drawstring piece and fold it right sides together. And what we're going to do, we're going to fold it right sides together like this, and we're going to stitch down the long edge of each of these. So we're going to do that on all 4 pieces. So all the way down the long edge, excuse me. And I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. It's time to turn our drawstrings right side out. If you have a turning tool, use that. If not, grab a bobby pin. You can use even a bodkin of some sort. But I have a bobby pin right here in my hair, actually. And we are going to clip a little piece here, right at the top. Not a big clip, just a little snip. And we are going to push our bobby pin through that, and we are going to turn. The next thing we want to do is thread our drawstrings through each of these channels that we made. We want them to leave a little extra at the top so that we can tack it down. So I'm going to attach my bodkin here, okay, and I'm going to thread it through the top down one side of the channels. All right, now I'm going to head to my sewing machine, and with a straight stitch or a zigzag stitch or even a stretch stitch, you can use, if you do a straight stitch, do a long one, you're going to tack this down across here. You're going to go back and forth several times. You want it to be very firm, very solid. You don't want it to, as you're tying it after you finish it, you don't want it to like pop out, so you really want to secure that in place. Our drawstrings are all done. You can make them as tight or as loose as you'd like. Tie them in a bow. And they are super cute. And there you've got a really cute little drawstring there. I love this look. It's so cute. All right, we're all done with our drawstring. Now we are ready for day 5, where we will finish these up.